What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Today, we're going to talk about the flood that's been going on in Texas. I'm sure everybody's heard about it. It's kind of all over the place. I've got an article here from the BBC, and like I said, it's everywhere. It just kind of depends on which bias you want to read in on is what if you depending on which one you want to read. I'm sure Fox has it. I'm sure CNN. They're all talking about it. So I just picked the BBC, just to see kind of BBC. Take that what you will. But anyway, that's what we're going to talk about. I'll be right back. Okay, so from the BBC, at least 78 dead and dozens missing in Texas floods and as more rains loom. So I don't know if you've heard. This is a pretty big flood. It wiped out a whole Girl Scout camp or girl Christian girls camp or something for young girls, and yeah, it's bad. But anyway, let's read what the article says. At least 78 people have been confirmed dead in central Texas, and another 41 are missing following flash floods on Friday. 68 of the fatalities, including 28 children, occurred in Kern County, where a Riverside Christian girls camp was deluged. Okay, deluged. Deluged. How these people they think that making these words make them smart. Just use English. 10 girls and a counselor from Camp Mystic are still missing. Officials say the death toll is certain to rise. More storms are expected in the next 24 to 48 hours in the region, which could hamper rescue teams who are already facing venomous snakes as they sift through mud and debris. It's like I said, it's not a good situation down there in Texas. Pray for these guys. They've had it rough this last couple days. Talk about a 4th of July they'll never forget, huh? 3 days after the inundation, one of the largest search and rescue efforts in recent Texas history was shifting towards a recovery operation. Yeah, it's turning to where it's not really much of a rescue anymore. It's more now of probably more of a recovery. I don't think they're going to find very many more, if any, alive. What's up, guys? Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to jump on real quick and do a quick shout out to the sponsors of this video, which is first and foremost the Lord above, the creator of the universe. Without him, none of us are anything. We're all nothing. And secondly, I wanted to shout out to the subscribers of this channel, because without the subscribers, this channel's nothing. And we're growing slowly, but we're growing. And I get between like 1 and 10 new subscribers every day. So I see every single one, and every one I appreciate. It's amazing to me that I even have as many as I do. But my goal for the year is 8,000. So if we can get that by the end of 25, that would be awesome. And if those of you that have subscribed, again, thank you so much. You're the life of this channel. And those of you that haven't subscribed, if you want to, maybe not right now, but if you want to watch for a few more minutes, and then if you want to
go ahead, make my day.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and subscribe, that would be fantastic. But again, it's up to you. If you feel like it, if you feel like you're getting anything out of this, I'm working on a few things that I'm going to come up with some new videos and some new ideas that might help you out a little bit. But anyway, again, appreciate y'all. Love you. Back to your show. But anyway, one of those recovered in Kern County, 18 adults and 10 children have yet to be formally identified. So, of the recovered in Kern County, 18 adults and 10 children have yet to be formally identified. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said on Sunday that authorities would stop at nothing to ensure every missing person is found. It is nothing short of horrific to see what those young children went through, said Abbott a day after he toured the area. A major focus of the search has been Camp Mystic, a popular summer camp for girls perched on the banks of the Guadalupe River, which suffered significant damage. The catastrophe unfolded before daybreak on Friday as the river rose 26 feet in the span of just 45 minutes, while most campers were asleep. Not much you can do there. 26 feet. That's a lot to rise in 45 minutes. Not to mention, as it goes up, it also goes out, and it's while the campers are asleep, so there's not much they could do about it while they're sleeping. Obviously, they're just sound asleep, not knowing what's going on, and then all of a sudden, several young campers and the camp's longtime director, Richard Eastland, are among the dead. Greg Froelich, a former Navy SEAL and volunteer with the rescue group 300 Justice, is helping the efforts and to find survivors. Speaking to the BBC, he said that he heard of victims being found up to 8 miles downriver where Camp Mystic once stood. As he said he has seen clothing and items from the camp dressers scattered everywhere, up and down the river. There is also uncertainty about how many other people were camping in the area for the 4th of July weekend. How many have been swept away by the floods? A 2-lane highway that skirts the Guadalupe River and connects the city of Kernville to Camp Mystic is a scene of devastation. Ravaged homes are surrounded by fallen trees, furniture scattered across lawns, fences are toppled, and utility lines are down in some areas. President Donald Trump signed a major disaster declaration on Sunday for Kerr County, activating the Federal Emergency Management Agency to Texas. He also said he would probably visit the state on Friday. We're working very closely with representatives from Texas, and it's a horrible thing that took place. Absolutely horrible, Trump said on Sunday in New Jersey. On the ground, local residents are stepping up to support relief efforts, collecting supplies, offering shelter, and doing what they can to help neighbors displaced by the storm. Alma Garcia drove from the city of San Antonio to deliver home-cooked meals to residents and volunteers helping with the cleanup efforts. The BBC saw her pull over on the side of the road and take off a top-layer t-shirt to give to a resident. She was all wet. I told her she's going to need it, Miss Garcia told the BBC. Local resident Perla started collecting clothes and shoes on Friday after she finished her shift at Walmart. She dropped them off at a shelter the next morning. I've never seen something like this before, she told the BBC. Meanwhile, well wishes poured in from around the world. In Rome, Pope Leo offered special prayer on Sunday for the bereaved in Texas. I would like to express sincere condolences to all the families who have lost loved ones, in particular their daughters who were in summer camp in the disaster caused by flooding of the Guadalupe River in Texas in the United States. The pontiff said, "We will pray for them." All right, and that is it. That one wasn't too bad, but I know there's been a lot of a lot of left wing people that have been blaming Trump for all of this. Like it's Trump's fault for some of the cuts that he's been making and some of the downsizing he's been doing. And now there's not enough help to go around. And this isn't Trump's fault. It's, for one, I mean, believe what you want. I don't care what you believe. The point here is a lot of innocent people died. A lot of people just nothing. I mean, it's nobody's fault. It's just a freak disaster that happened that you can't predict. And I mean, I know they're going to try and blame Trump. There's a fly. Go away. I hate flies. See, there it is again, right there. Okay, but anyway, they're trying to like blame Trump and blame the administration. They're like, see, if you wouldn't have voted the way you voted, this wouldn't have happened. This wouldn't have happened if it still would have happened. I mean, because there was signals going out. There was warnings going out. There was records. I don't know where it says. I haven't looked that up, but I've just read other places that there were signal. There were warnings. There were warning alarms. Hey, there's flash flood watch, and then all of a sudden flash flood emergency, and at that point you're done. So people had time. I mean, I don't know what their radio signals were, their cell phone coverage to hear those alarms, but they were going off. It's not like it's nobody's fault. It's Mother Nature's fault. And people, I mean, I don't know why they would put a camp there because this is a known flood territory. But at any rate, that's not the point. The point is a lot of people died. A lot of people are still missing, most likely dead. And we just got to remember them in our prayers. You guys on the left, you all are talking about coming together in unity and, and love your neighbor and all this, which we on the right believe in loving our neighbors too. But now you're just blaming it on Trump. Blame Trump. No, we got better things to worry about than throwing the blame game out there. There's no. I mean, you're allowed to think what you want. I know you guys hate Trump about everything. If he blows his nose, you're gonna hate him for that. You're gonna whatever. It doesn't matter. It's nobody's fault, and we need to just. It's time to come together and just do our best to help out wherever we can. There's donation sites out there. I don't have any. I'm not going to put any links up because I don't have any. But go donate some time if you're in the area. Go donate some time. Help clean up. Help look. Help whatever. If not, I'm sure there's food drives you can join. I'm sure there's places you can donate money if you want. I'm sure there's places. But the point is we need to pray for those people. Especially, I mean, for all of them, but especially those that lost a loved one or loved ones. We need to definitely keep them in our prayers. Keep that whole area in our prayers, because, like I said, there's still a whole bunch more missing, and chances are it's not a rescue, it's a recovery. We need to find those, and we need to get that taken care of. But anyway, like I said, it depends on what article you read is probably what biases you're going to get. This was pretty unbiased. It was just telling about the story, what happened, and that's what I like. I like him unbiased. I like him unbiased a little better. But I know there's a lot of people out there that are blaming it on Trump for cutting FEMA or whatever it is. Like, he didn't just cut FEMA. And that doesn't waive the responsibility for the FEMA that are left. Like I said, they sent out warnings. They knew something was potentially coming that could potentially cause a problem, and they didn't really do anything. I mean, it's unfortunate, and maybe they did. I mean, like I said, I'm not there, and I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus. It's a terrible situation, and I don't think this is a time to throw anybody under the bus or point any fingers. We just need to do our part to help out. That's the thing is, you guys, I was on a comment thing today about you need to have more empathy. Well, here's your chance to have empathy for these people. Instead of just blaming Trump, have empathy for the people that are actually going through this. And that's what it is. It's the stuff you guys cry needs to go both ways. But this is no time for that. This is devastating. You know, any time like this, something like this happens, it's not a time to divide and point fingers. It's a time to come together and help out our fellow people, our fellow humans, our fellow Americans, our fellow humans. If they're not actually legal citizens, whatever you feel about that, I've got my views, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about our fellow humans that are getting affected by this storm. We need to come together. This is the time to come together. This is what you on the left want. You want unity? Let's come together. Let's help each other out. Let's not point fingers. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Do the YouTube stuff down below. You know the drill. It's, you know, I'm pushing for 8,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And that fly has a death wish. But yeah, I'm shooting for that 8,000 subscribers I'm getting close. You know, we still have 6 months. It's still early July, so we still have half the year to go. And I'm getting close. We should be able to hit that. And again, but you don't have to. No pressure. If you feel like you're getting any kind of value, go ahead. You know, make my day. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. We'll see you in the next one.